Filling some hard drives.
Yeah, it's all good.
Greetings and welcome to Dodger and Dyer presents the Grimstone Chronicles, Season 4, Episode 7. I am your DM and host, Marty, joined by the two-thirds of the Ontario crew. How is everyone doing on this fine Saturday evening?
Hello.
Heavy on the evening. Nighttime.
That wasn't me.
There's a little bit of miscommunication.
There was a bit of a miscommunication.
Some of us may have been waiting around to start. Little shot.
Yeah, it's funny. I was like, I wonder where my phone is. I look at it like, oh, they're online. Crap.
So, how are we doing? We're doing all right. We did have a midweek game, so we're at the end of summer. School's back in, which means people are doing school things. The gas prices are not stupid, ridiculous anymore. They're in the 130s, which is like
You got 130s? I got 157. That's crazy.
I filled up
Bullshit.
with 136 yesterday. Now, I did learn how, like...
Which means absolutely nothing to the American audience, because you're talking about Canadian gas prices.
Okay.
And Canadian money.
Fair enough.
Right, Canadian money and
130s like
Canadian,
12
and Canadian
US.
units of measure, right? So,
Yeah.
So, we have gas prices that are the equivalent of the gas prices from 7 years ago today. Because they were below that for a long time, and then they spiked way above under recent sort of events.
Yeah, it dropped to a decent amount recently.
Yeah. So the gas prices are at a point where it's like I look at it and I don't just weep in my heart. I'm like, oh, it's like normal.
We're not going anywhere for a week.
Remember when there was the financial crisis and I could barely afford gas to go visit my wife in Guelph? It's like those gas prices. When I couldn't believe myself. When it was like there's a couple of months back in the day where it was like I could go visit Jessica or I could get food. And you try to like split the difference and it's like
Or
I'm
I could
almost
go
out of
visit
gas
Jessica
and I'm still hungry.
or you visit Jessica and she gets food.
I tried that a few times. My wife's not the greatest cook. In fact, she might be the least greatest cook.
oh no! Hope you're not watching. This will be on YouTube many weeks from now, so
You're safe for a few weeks. You're safe for a month.
Yeah.
She knows. She knows.
She knows?
It's not a surprise.
Well, it's the units of measurement thing, right?
Well, if you don't understand, if you don't get time right, and you don't get amounts right, you're basically fucked from the outside.
What are you doing? I'm adding the pepper.
We're having dessert. What do you mean you're adding pepper?
She has had a. If we're speaking about this sort of thing, I know it's a little bit gauche, but getting salt and sugar confused. So a tablespoon of sugar going into a sauce, normal. Tablespoon of salt going into a sauce, poison. Like it's beyond any comprehension. Where your entire palate changes because you have fried your tongue from mere drops of the liquid and getting all the way through the process of cooking and not finding out till the end of, this is completely inedible.
So I'll tell you a similar thing that happened to me in a weird way. We get really, really nice jam, really, really nice strawberry jam, right? And the jars are really, really nice. So my wife keeps them. Mm-hmm. And for some instance... she put in pasta sauce that looks the same color as the jam, and it was in the same spot
and you
as
made
the jam.
And peanut butter and pasta sauce sandwich.
And it was a shitty. I ate it because I was hungry. I was like, and I was pissed off. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm eating this," and I ate it. And I told her about it. And we don't keep those jars anymore.
But they're nice jars.
Throw them out.
That is hilarious.
I'm having a repeat of that shit again. I'm gonna finish it.
I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna be grumpy about it.
I was a
it's
child.
my peanut butter bolognese
God, I was so
sandwich.
childish. She wasn't here too. I was keeping it up. I was like, oh, I can't wait till she gets back.
I'm gonna tell her about my peanut butter
be
bolognese.
And then she started
Oh, so
laughing as soon as
gross.
I told her. I'm like, stop laughing.
Yep.
It's emotional.
I am telling you about my trauma.
Like, why do you stop? Why do you stop
Sympathy
eating
for
it?
everything.
I don't know.
Why did you stop eating it? I don't know. Why did you just pull it in half? I don't know.
Yeah.
Any
You know, it
interesting
might
flavor
actually work.
combinations?
Those taste. If it was on toasted bread, that might actually work.
Peanut butter
Nope.
goes into a lot of savory foods. Like there's a whole bunch of like Thai food and like
Not
Indonesian
not
food
the
and
pasta
Malaysian
sauce
food.
that still needs to be
Cooked? Yeah.
and tastes like tomato.
Yeah. I understand that's probably wrong. Okay, by wide authority was last game. The party speaks with Shogo, a fungi-loving druid. Sunny, Thogrim, Amadeus, Slake, and Shakura deal with the unwanted guests at the Howling Crag. Sunny frees a dwarven captive, sending her to Thogrim's forge to treat with Barnabas. The group treats with Utanu the Seer, who is a follower of the Glimmer of Geode. Sunny and Thogrim show off their magical might to structurally reinforce the damaged cavern below. And I think we left off with you guys basically taking a day to do that. It's the evening of that day. If there's anything else you want to do at the Howling Crag.
Well, since I have slept 14 times today, I could probably stay up a little later. So I slept. I've done 8 sleeps today.
Oh, so Sunny is basically used mythic points because he's 3rd level mythic to take a knee and after an hour recover your spells, right?
Yeah. So
what's it called? What's the ability called?
Something recuperation.
Recuperation. Yeah, recuperation.
So Sunny would like to see if Shogo is willing to study runes with me.
Yeah, sure. You go down and visit Shogo.
Yeah.
Are you going down with him?
Thorgrim will come along.
I'll take Thorgrim with me.
Yeah. Yes.
I'll poke him with
Those runes seemed quite interesting.
Shakura stays upstairs with Amadeus and Slake, and this group will go down into the Warrens.
Sunny will ask for Mistress to look over them.
Okay, let me go back.
Keep them from getting in trouble.
And then when you're wandering around the giant village, is Howie out or is he shrunk?
This is the second day, right?
Yes.
You arrived there, fought in the Thane's throne room on the first day.
Kept fighting the second, like all the way
Well,
through
the first day actually you spent dealing with the dragon that you fought in the hills. You spent the night and then teleported that next morning. You spent that day talking to the dragon. So this is the 3rd day of your adventure is spent putting stone back together.
Yeah. Okay, so we don't feel safe around them still, right?
Sunny feels safe around them. Sunny's also potentially an idiot.
Yeah, Howie's out. I don't. Yeah, it's like no. Keep your distance until we're cool.
Okay. All right. We're gonna go down to the Warrens. Do this from the DM view. So Shakura is upstairs with Amadeus, Slake, Mistra. All right, Sunny. Sunny, you've got okay sense motive, right?
Yes.
Like higher than plus 15?
Plus 25, I think.
Yeah, the giants are very fearful of Howie.
Good.
Could you put him away, possibly?
Not so much like you saw several of the giants try to catch the cannonballs. It's not that they couldn't catch the cannonballs. It's more like the technology is representative of
The Empire.
Of the Imperium. Yep.
All right, but it would be better if you were to, they're so gentle. Look at them. You're frightening them.
I'll have a teleport ready. How's that?
Perfect.
Fine, Howie. Yes, Master. Shall we blow up some of these caverns and
see that's the problem right here.
This way, Howie.
Yes, master.
We'll get some rest now.
Yep.
All right. See, it goes away, but it could come out if he needs to.
And you let talk fly around basically.
Talk? Yeah, I mean, yeah. If we're not in combat,
He's like orbiting your head like an iron stone, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like a third person camera, like.
Yep, that works.
So you can always check the back of your own head. Okay.
Hey, you see Shogo and several of his helpers are busy planting. They might be fertilizing. They look like they're shoveling this rotten manure-ish type substance into some of the beds. One of them is actually picking very daintily weeds.
Hello, how are we?
Ooh.
Good day.
Shogo marches through the beds without leaving a footprint. He doesn't injure a single mushroom by
Like
marching through
woodland stride equivalent, or
pass without trace might also do that.
Sonny finds this interesting and is going to put his foot in there and see if it just like happens to land in between the mushrooms.
Yeah, it happens to land in between the mushrooms. You're not squishing them or anything like that.
Oh, this is fantastic! Thorgrim's about to do the same thing.
I like when the little ones fit between my toes.
You're using magic.
Shogo's very earthy and yeasty smelling. He's got a very pungent body odor, probably because he's got all sorts of mushrooms growing on his thick skin.
He's odoriferous.
Yep.
All right. We were hoping to study the sigils now that we've stabilized the cavern and this sort of thing. We would like to understand how they work.
You may look at them or touch them. I would ask you not to interfere with them, though.
Understood.
Passive only.
Perfect.
The things that the other druidists were trying to make me do could have ruined my entire garden.
No, we want to replicate your garden. Or gardens.
I see.
Food for everyone. Or at least enough.
That actually would solve quite a lot of problems, wouldn't it, Sonny?
Yes.
Yes.
The package that I gave you is good for the special mushrooms. It is not a good package for a feeding garden.
If you can prepare more feeding packages, perhaps we can start spreading these farms everywhere.
We do not want to risk people becoming cursed by bad mushrooms. We need to find out how the protections work so we can find protected places to grow them.
Yes.
Shogo mentioned earlier that if we try to grow the mushrooms outside of the caverns right now, they become twisted and ill.
Okay. The request came from Thogrim, so Sunny, can you aid Thogrim's diplomacy check in asking for a favor?
You get a +2.
Oh, balls.
Now, Sunny had pushed his diplomacy into probably the friendly territory, the helpful territory. So the DC of this will be... What's Shogo's charisma?
I'll roll my d20 +2.
It's 0 plus modifiers.
It's doable.
Not 20.
Yeah.
22. Thogrim feels very sincere about this. It's like, many people could benefit from this. It's quite a good idea.
Are your people hungry?
From what Sonny says is happening, they will be.
They need to prepare.
And not just my people, many people's.
I will give you some spores for a starter, God. You will not be able to tend a large field, but you will at least be able to test to see if your conditions are right.
Thank you.
Normally, if we are to trade things like this, the Thane is to decide what trades ought to happen. But the Thane right now is a tiny little mammal.
I'm certain he would agree.
Well, Shogo shrugs. There's a little mischievous smile that by doing this, he might be circumventing some of the...
His own private rebellion.
Yep. You get from that the Thane is going to negotiate for everything.
That's fine. We will show up with a small empty cage when we have their negotiations. A little carrier, like a little carrier cage. We just carry it around for. Sonny should probably start carrying one of those. Just like a little.
Just a little animal cage. What's that for? No reason. Oh, shit, there is a reason. Sonny doesn't blow well.
Oh no reason. You never know.
A bunch of different garments. Garments for little critters.
Yeah. A bunch of little outfits.
Like a top hat, little cape,
little
cape.
Oh goodness, Sonny, master of TikTok.
Lord of TikTok. Dance, my furry little minion. Dance.
I need more followers.
Bemuse the masses.
Yeah, Shogo, you kind of bought a few moments to talk amongst yourselves while looking at the runes as he goes, and he's seems to be collecting some mushroom spores and actual mushrooms with clumps of earth underneath them for planting in a test cavern or a test garden.
Okay,
These are of the variety of you're trying to build a garden full of nutritious.
Yes.
This is not for Thogrim's plane. This is for Overlook.
Overlook, yeah.
And other cities,
which they might not grow. So Sonny is going to cast a stone tell?
Well, Sonny knows that when the Druids came, they said recently the fungal farms had to be burned in Overlook.
Yep.
Because something went bad.
Yes.
They started to go bad, and
so this might be like new clean fungus that they might be able to grow in the farms.
Yeah.
Alternately, if it was like, we don't know if it's an instantaneous effect that caused them to go bad, or if it's an ongoing effect.
Yep. But the dwarves did keep that somewhat quiet.
Yeah.
But it's also concerning that you're supposed to be gathering food for almost like the final harvest before a very hard year or two.
Yeah. Additionally, for whatever reason, a whole bunch of people are really concerned about food shortages. We don't know why.
Yeah, sure. You can't lie your way out of that now. You've been spending months scaring people.
We're all
with
gonna
emergency broadcasts in their head.
Informing people.
And the funny thing is, a lot of people for a while be like, no, it's just probably me hearing it. I'm not going to say anything. Nope, it's just in my head. Not.
All right, so there are these glowing eldritch runes of this beautiful cerulean blue. Sonny, there's something about these that is familiar, but you never encountered them in your wanderings on Volcanica.
I'm going to cast a stone tell to speak to the stones.
Are we on a map, by the way?
We are, the
Warrens? Okay, good.
On the east side.
Here, I'll
east side.
Zip you guys there.
Oh, perfect. Thanks.
We will cast the stone tell to gain the ability to speak with stones, which relate to you who or what has touched them, revealing what is covered beneath, concealed behind, or under. What? Natural or work stone? I want to see if they can tell me who magicked them.
All right. At first, you realize that these stones are clean. There is no horrible, aberrant.
They're not screamy stones.
No, and it's like they've long forgotten. They remember a time before the blue,
Mm-hmm.
and since the blue, they have felt good.
It is perfect. They are cleansed and perfect.
How long ago? Okay, so the stones probably don't count in days and years.
Good tectonic shifts. Maybe gravitational, like lunar cycles, if there's a big enough gravitational pull for them to know.
You're pretty sure that somebody blessed this place with runes? Not in this current age of civilization, but the previous age of civilization.
And,
So the previous, so as I remember the ages for Volcanica, we're in the human age, and this would be the bipedal age, or would this be the bipedal age and then the dragon age?
So the history that you know is that you're in the 300 and some year of the imperial calendar.
Yeah, the humans showed up.
Which is the timeline of the Imperium officially showing up. Settlers started to arrive approximately 1,000 years before that, and what I mean by settlers is that was the time when great heroes of the Imperium came here and slaughtered dragons and toppled cities, and there was a great amount of influx. We're talking about, so that 1,300 years we'll call the current age.
Okay, so it'd be the
something older. Something older.
Yeah. Okay. These are very old runes.
so I think it would be an interesting idea to cast Legend Law.
From when dragons ruled this place.
Perhaps. I'm going to Legend Law these, if you give me a moment.
You get the sense that they enjoy basking in the blue light.
The blue light is purifying and kind to that of the earth. And to other things. So he points to the fungus.
And then fungus must have grown in this chamber for a long period of time, because they talk about the stone slowly giving way to water, like the type of erosion you'd expect in a wet cave.
Yeah, it's the...
Yeah.
Oh, the cousin went on a journey. Oh, he went on the river.
They remember a time before the runes where they talk about earth ripples. Sonny's done this enough times that he knows that the stones kind of know about volcanic and earthquakes, but they're talking about since the time of the blue, we don't get the earth ripples anymore, and the feeling that you get is an earth ripple is almost like picture rocks being thrown into water.
There's no like vibrations or like...
Yeah, even more strange vibrations than a simple earthquake would.
Interesting. Give me a second. Okay.
And they're not talking about like just this cavern. They're talking about in the general area.
Interesting. If we cast to speak with plants and then talk to the mushrooms, do the mushrooms remember the, like, do the mushrooms remember the volcano? Like the volcanic eruption that shook that shook everything.
Like just recently.
The recent one. He's not going to talk to the stone because the stone has like a really long memory, but the mushrooms probably only know like their life cycle is very short.
Yeah, the mushrooms remember there being a big shake.
Okay, so he knows that the ripples are talking about aren't tectonic activity; it's another sort of activity.
Yes.
Perfect. Must be some sort of planar mashing. There's a very, very strange geography problem here. You should consult with Barnabas later.
He's quite knowledgeable, that one, yes.
Sonny doing his druid divinations. All right, Thorgrim, you're gonna try your
he's watching. Maybe he'll get some insight that'll help him out. Just a quick note: Thogrim and Sonny yesterday were stabilizing the cannon.
It's the earlier that day we did.
Yeah. We were stabilizing the
big chamber. Yeah.
The big chamber, and unknowingly, Thogrim gave it a bit of a dwarven flavor, because like, yeah, you need a column here and a column here, and you put a nice arch in between. That's how it's supposed to be done. And it's given a bit of a giant dwarven feel to it.
Okay. Nobody has resided in the chamber yet to complain or remark on this, but yes, there is a dwarven. I'm gonna change the description of this area.
Now, but I'm saying it was subconscious, because that's the way he's been taught.
That's how he engineers.
That's how you make it strong.
Of course, the optimal height for a being is 4'6".
Right. The dwarves are known for great works of stone.
Giant hulls and shit. Like,
because they tend to turn their minds, which they have to tunnel things out of, into works of art of stone architecture.
Yeah.
Okay, so Thogrim, you're going to cast a spell?
I'm casting Legend Lore. I was just waiting for Sonny. Maybe he'd give me some other insight to help, but I'll cast Legend Lore with a mythic point. I have to wait, because I don't have Legend Lore.
I think we still need to... There's a spell component cost.
Yeah, I think it's 200. There might be a focus.
4 pieces of ivory, which should be easy. They got mammoths here. We might have to go and grab them from upstairs. We'll steal some dice from some kids upstairs.
Howie, we're gonna use some ivory. Yes, master.
And then incense. So,
all right. Out of your spell components, you can fish out 4 pieces of 50 gold piece ivory. You might want to put those on somebody's sheet that these are the legend lore foci.
Thogrim.
And then 250 gold pieces worth of incense you could just take out of the spell component pool. All right. Given that you are near the person, place, or thing, the thing in this case, it only takes 1d4 times 10 minutes. So you spend...
Mythic point. I don't actually have the spell. I have to use a mythic point to do it.
Oh, okay. So you spend 6 seconds instead of up to 40 minutes, and you get flashes of insight. The signs and sigils in Shogo's cave are basic derivations of true sigils called the cerulean sign, or the cerulean sigils. In their current form, they have the strength to bolster they're trying to copy the original purpose of cerulean signs, which is to ward against specific types of beings and magic. This one, while a poor facsimile and only incorporating a couple of the markings of the true sigils, are warding against the corruption of aberrants and aberrant outsiders. The peoples and powers that have discovered and used the cerulean signs include the Olympians, the Star Elves, and the Gith.
Do we know how to make these?
This is someone's the people that sketched these sigils included members of a council of metallic dragons.
The Gith are the people that Cog was interacting with, right? Like Cog met some.
The one who trained me.
This council of metallic worms had pieced together parts of the cerulean sigils from their research into those three great and ancient races. The purpose of their crafting here was twofold: experimentation, in which they achieved the desired result, of warding a known spot of occasional corruption.
Wait. Okay, go on, sir. Go on.
You know that to write true cerulean sigils, which can be used to bolster the strength of warding magics, is an epic ritual. These sigils were first discovered on a world with 3 suns. One of the suns powers with its blue light the purity
I might know who the Star Elf is. Oh. We're going way back, machine. I don't think Ahmed was in that campaign.
Yeah, it was.
Donovan?
No. The World of 3 Suns. I can't remember what Ahmed played.
I'm in the world of 3 boys. My memory's very civ-like these days.
Okay.
So basically, dragons did some research. They tried to figure out how to make cerulean sigils, made some really, really basic ones, ended up patching up a place of known corruption, and then kind of called it good.
No, but here's the important part that Thogrim Shani. One of the key things I gathered here is that they tried to neutralize the corruption in a spot. Recurring corruption. Is Volcanica bound to constantly be corrupt by certain things? Or is this something that's cyclical? Or something that's coincidental?
Volcanica is a...
Do you know what I'm saying?
Volcanoes, in their very nature, are volatile, and we know Volcanica is rather aligned to the plane of fire. For a prime material, it's got some aspects of the elemental plane of fire just naturally.
He like pulls his mustache that's fiery and smoky. I understand.
Case in point.
I'm well aware of that.
Being so volatile, and we have seen multiple different wonders that link Volcanica to other planes. The idea of corruption is really a, how do we put this?
Matter of time.
If you were water, you would believe fire to be corruption. If you are earth, you would believe air to be corruption.
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
If you are anything, the worm that walks is corruption.
So these dragons that put these sigils in, they felt this place was being corrupted.
Yes.
Right? And what I'm trying to find out is what kind of corruption did they fight against there? Then, was it the worm? How long has this worm been around? Shit, this is almost worth another mythic point. Another legend lore.
Well, what happened to the body of the lady after she died?
The druid?
The horrible worm lady?
Yeah,
she was a bunch of goo and turned into, like, she got killed by cannon fire and
she
reformed into like
bad.
a buggy mess.
None of her magic items survived. She was turned into basically acidy goo.
We could ponder upon the acidy goo about corruption by the worm that walks, or we could ponder upon the worm that walks.
I can do that. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I was gonna say give me 6 seconds. Marty,
I believe it would be a moment, but yeah.
Give me a moment. I'm gonna spend another mythic point to legend lore the worm that walks. Specifically, how long has it been around? How many times has it tried to get here to Volcanica?
Which worm that walks?
Okay, sorry. I'm gonna be more specific. I want to legend lore the corruption that these dragons put these sigils down to defend against.
Okay.
The dragons put down these sigils to stop some kind of corruption that is recurring. What is that recurring corruption that they were fighting?
Okay, so Thorgrim slips his hand underneath the basic cerulean signs that guard this chamber, and touches the stone. It begins to channel his mythic power, burning up incense rapidly and using the.
I'm getting it now. Yeah.
Using the ivory. Do you have any knowledge planes?
Yeah. It's hard to kind of cast out would I be if I didn't. I'm scrolling. Give me a minute. Planes. It's not the greatest. It's there. Let's see if Howie can help me. Do you know anything about planes, Sonny? Spit it out.
Oh, planes are wonderful.
Can you aid?
Yeah, Sonny auto aids.
Okay, cool. Pachow. Not 20, 35. Oh, Modron's gonna make me pay later.
You only have like a plus 13?
Yeah. At 35. 35.
At first, you're like, I think this is the raw chaos of the plains. The place. You thought at first you might have been talking about pandemonium because you were hearing howling, but no, there's a massive churning of energies. Multicolor, swirling, but then you begin to go deeper and deeper, as if you're going into the primordial void from which all things once sprung, and then deeper. No, this is something that latches on to the chaotic energies, that takes advantage of changes in matter and shape and form to pollute it. You catch glimpses of of hideous things lurking in the darkness. Immense things that make you smaller than small. A shiver of paranoia crawls through the back of your head. Your skin turns to goose pimples as you begin to sweat. Vast angles and surfaces of stone as you are upon something in the darkness, too great to belong to anything right and proper size for the planes. Impious and horrible images of disturbing. You thought you saw hieroglyphs, but the geometry was all wrong, like you had the wrong type of eyes to even read the writing. Abnormal, non-Euclidean, loathsome, redolent spheres that are sitting at the center of torn dimensions. Strange architecture. It's disorienting. You pull your hand back, and there's a single word that crosses your lips as you have a little bit of an epileptic fit.
Okay.
Sonny, what are you doing as you watch Thogrim turn white and the fire of his hair snuffs out?
We're gonna do a heal check.
Sure.
Just to like. You doing it? Are you right there, bud? 24. Is he dying on me?
Nope. He has touched something that he shouldn't have, and he rolled a nat 20 to probe into something that mortals should not probe into.
Ooh,
I am Thorgrim.
We will stand by with a heal and or breath of life as is required.
Okay. Can I have a will save, Thogrim?
Yep. That's my specialty right there. Fucking will saves. Is this a poison?
No, this is a mind affecting effect. If it helps.
Oh, good. This is good. 29, Bob. I'd like to take a D6 for that, Bob.
Okay.
30, Bob.
I don't know who Bob is, but
obviously Bob is the extraplanar being who's upset with you poking around.
There's a brief moment where Thogrim, your hand that you placed underneath the cerulean sign was completely backwards.
Okay.
Like your knuckles were bending up. Sonny's trying to make you feel better.
Are you all right? We'll use like a spark spell to try to relight his hair.
All right, so you make the saving throw to not go permanently insane.
What was the DC?
So, Thogrim.
30.
Thogrim.
And could you put at the top of your character sheet that you have level 1 corruption?
Thogrim. What did you see, Thogrim?
And your left hand is backwards.
Level 1 corruption. Oh, man, isn't there a fort save for that? Damn. Okay, level 1 corruption.
No, you nat 20'd your way into a place
that I shouldn't have, huh?
with your mythic magic and did a little probe.
So level 1 corruption.
And one of the
my left hand is backwards.
Your left hand is backwards.
Okay. Is that associated with it or separate?
No, and your dark vision has increased by 10 feet.
Left hand.
Thorgrim, your eyes are bleeding. Are you feeling all right? We'll do like that. We'll actually go into his mind. As
he's trying to rub his eyes, but he's scratching them by accident.
Like poking himself in the eye.
Oh, what the bloody hell! Sonny, I need your help.
Ooh,
What?
most interesting.
Ah,
Oh,
I'm not going to be able to craft anything with this hand.
just hold it the other way. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Look at this.
Talk squeezing around, blinking and looking at both your hands.
Does this going to affect? How is this going to affect my spell casting?
You can cast with one hand, so don't use your left one for a while until you practice a bit in the corner.
Left hand is backwards, and dark vision plus 10 feet.
I understand you're concerned about your spell casting, but I imagine holding your rifle would be a little strange for a while. Doesn't it get hot on the top, and now you have to hold it? You might want to put the wood bit on the other side.
You can still cup and make a thumb.
I'll just hold it from the top, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and modern riflery was invented because the modern they grip on the top anyway.
It will be interesting.
Oh, you probably don't want to use those ivory bits again because they've turned black and there's weird veins running through them.
We'd probably want to investigate those. I'm interested.
Sonny.
So what did we
Sonny,
what
Sonny,
did we learn?
with his good hand, stay away from them. Stay away from the rock.
You notice that Thogrim's pupils have changed? They're square like a goat's.
Ooh.
You can mark those down. Your pupils are now squared.
Yeah, I want my eyes to be gray,
weird,
not
like,
red. He's got gray eyes.
Ooh, how is your Sonny's like? How is your peripheral view?
It's fine.
Shogo comes over to see if everything's all right.
Don't worry, Shogo. Everything's okay. Everything nice and passive.
Okay.
Right, we'll see if he notices the hand on the wrong way.
No, he just nods and.
Powerful dragons made the sigils.
Yes.
A long time ago.
Long time ago.
Thousands of years.
What they were protecting against. We shouldn't even see. Look what it did to me with just thinking about it.
No, don't be silly. Now, Thorgrim, were you able to devise the magics with which this small version of it was done? Or that we could replicate it and create more caves of protection?
This is not something that we have the power to do, Sonny.
There is nothing with which we don't have the power to do.
These are powerful rituals that took place with very powerful casters, way beyond what we are capable of now.
We are very powerful casters.
Maybe in the future, with a bit more studying.
Precisely.
I'm gonna have to change my gloves.
What I find interesting is if we lopped your arm off and grew it back as if you were a troll, would it come back the other way still? Yeah, somebody's going to take a look at it and be like, "Oh, look, it's just all the musculature is just upside. Just look at this. It's just the other way."
Is it? I assume it's like wearing the upside down glasses, where it just takes you about 20 minutes to adjust.
Yeah, you're able to there's nothing functionally wrong with your hand. It's just backwards. You can still use it. You still have feeling in it. You still have all your dexterity. It's just your joints wrong.
It's just I have to customize a couple of things, a couple like my gear and stuff like that.
Well, your gear on your left hand.
If it's upside down. It's not like the glove. I'm assuming the thumb and the pinky are in the same spot. It's just upside down. It's just on the other. It's the same glove.
The paddings are backwards.
Your gear is fine. It just seemed to.
How you hold stuff is different.
Yep.
So if there's any tingling or numbness, let me know, and we'll inspect it.
All right.
I can't fix it, but we'll inspect it. Amadeus can.
Does Thogrim know what he looked into?
You looked into beyond the gulf, beyond the chaotic powers of Limbo, into the Otra.
Shawnee, they were protecting against the Otra. That's what I glimpsed into. And that's what the glimpse has done to me. In seconds. Glad I did not spend 20 or 30 minutes doing it here. Who knows how I would have come out of it. If I came out of it. His head...
ever since you cast the spell and this happened, your head has had a tremendous headache, and the light of the cerulean signs is causing a migraine.
Has he partially aberranted himself? Said he's... Are you feeling aberrant in nature?
Something just transformed him slightly.
So we were in contact with something very chaotic, and it's connected to this place. That's probably the change or the corruption they're talking about. Pure chaos?
Yes. It feeds off it. Changes it. Mutates it. Should have been more wiser than this.
Yeah, let's try to take your mind off of it. Sonny's going to try to play a game of patty cake with Thogrim. Patty cake.
He figures it out. He figures it out. He actually figures it out.
There we go. Not so bad.
Yeah, your headache in being in this room is now driving you out.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was like, I can't be there anymore. Whatever I saw has exposed me to too much.
Do you have anything that is aberrant, Bane?
Sonny, do you have knowledge dungeoneering or knowledge dungeoneering?
Solid. Sonny does. He's just not very good at it.
Okay, give me a roll as you were looking at Thorgrim and.
Yeah. 26.
You've heard of people exposed to some of the bad chaotic energies of the planes can be changed by them. And apparently Thogrim would be at stage 1 of whatever transformation that type of
whatever that planar corruption.
That's right. Stage 3 is when you become some completely different being. Like you're at a danger of becoming something completely different.
You potentially could be Thogrim, but facing the other direction.
Puck flies around and has a look at Thogrim.
Still me, talk, relax.
Although, looking at the eyeballs, goatee eyes.
It's going to take some time getting used to this.
Affinity for climbing poles.
Clapping is going to be weird.
That's all right. So we should... what you have done is unlocked something very, very precious. A glimpse into that which should not be seen by mortals.
Yes, I don't ask to share memory with this. You don't want it.
You do have... Just remember...
Amadeus might.
You have something very valuable between your... in your... Do we understand that thought is in brain?
Yep.
Okay, between your ears. So, just might want to... There might be a future where trading that information might mean something. And if you have horrible nightmares, maybe pulling them out might stop them.
Okay, you notice concern from Mistra, and pretty soon Amadeus and Mistra.
Okay, we're gonna go back. Go, hello.
Everything all right over here?
Oh, Thank you, Mistra.
Thogrim's put his left hand in his suit or his armor jacket or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like Napoleon style, but leaving the thumb in. He in private he may show it to his friends, but for now this
Did
is
something weird happen down here? Says Amadeus.
Amadeus has a massively high perception check and a massively high heal check.
Thogrim's like, it did. There's a boo boy. Something did happen, yes.
Magic is wonderful.
No,
Not all the
that-
bloody time.
Yeah. Everyone all right?
Not really.
Mostly all right. Thorgrim has.
Mr. puts the body of the bird down, like she's been carrying it around.
Yeah. Oh, yes. We showed him. Mm-hmm.
She shakes it annoyedly, like no one's paying attention to her.
Sonny's gonna take a look at the body.
Okay.
Like detect magic on it. Like
Yeah, one of the birds claws has a ring on it.
well, shit, Mister. It's all you had to say. We're gonna take the ring. We're gonna take the ring off.
Okay, we take the ring off. She scoops the body up and eats it.
Oh. I'm sorry about that, Mister. It's been a very busy day. We'll identify the ring. I don't know what it does. Just
Yeah, so this ring amplifies the empathic bond of a familiar or an animal companion to double its range.
we're just gonna stick that on Mister.
Nice.
We'll see if anybody complains later.
Does she have an open ring slot, or?
She might have a minor resist ring. Let's see what we got. She's got she's got open ring slot.
Okay.
Nice.
What are we going to call it? We'll call it the ring of
Familiar empathy or something.
Yeah, of widened
Widened empathy.
widened empathy, yeah, or enhanced empathy, I guess.
Okay. Enhanced empathy doubles range of empathy. Familiar / empathy.
Amadeus. I was
She's just talking away.
I was researching the runes that were here.
Yeah.
And why they were here. And what they were protecting against. Trying to defend against.
Oh, we knew it was defending against aberrations. Sunny on the side.
I got a glimpse of something bad.
Yeah, real bad.
Something swirled around in the bottom of like a whirlpool. Something. I don't know.
It's just darkness and things that are wrong, and it affected me. Pulls his hand. Changed things a bit.
Yeah, but somehow, beyond that, there's a place.
What did he say?
He said somehow beyond all that, there was a place.
Yeah. Before creation, outside of creation. Something that fed on it. Fed on the chaos. Let's just say I don't want to go there again.
This is the shit that made me who I am.
It's quite scary.
Fuckers in the lighthouse.
Same thing.
I don't know, same thing, but something similar.
So far, Sunny is having a ponder. All the wizards. We've got two conflicting schools here. We have a protection that is before the time that bipeds ruled this place. meaning dragons protected this against aberrant influences, meaning there was a problem, cyclic problem.
Okay.
But upon Volcanica, there are many off-world influences that are interested in the aberrant. he's kind of got a grumpy, frowny face. As all these Imperials showed up and were like, "Oh, look at the ookie dookie stuff. Let's make experiments. Let's make our Frankenstein's monster." And the question is really a matter of, is it coincidence? Are the off-worlders just inclined towards this, or did they come here because of the connection between Volcanica and this sort of corruption?
I don't know.
If you want my opinion, it's because Volcanica is. It's easier for the chaos to get here. That's what it felt like. It's a gateway.
I didn't ask to be this way.
No.
Well, shit, look at me.
What happened there?
His backwards head.
Hey, he flips it up. Hey,
Yeah.
you know, you're backwards. You want me to bend it back?
No. No, you crazy bastard.
In conjunction
make
with
it
a
work.
heal or restoration spell, it might fix the problem.
I don't think so.
Or it might just give you...
He actually grabs your face and Talk angrily buzzes by his, but he flicks it out of the way. And he's looking at your eyes.
Yeah, something touched you, didn't it?
Yeah.
The pupils obviously are a bit harder. I don't know how to reshape them.
Even if you do lop it off and regrow it, I think it would be just the same.
Talk doesn't like Amadeus touching you, but Amadeus still threatens while he's grappling, so he just grabs Talk, and Talk is angrily moving around in his hand. While he's having a good look at you.
You just have to ask. Hands off.
All right, he lets go.
So Mistra is going to say, Widget knows a guy with eyes. Like, just in terms of, like, just he can burn. She's remembering that.
Thogrim's fine with having square. It doesn't Thogrim doesn't know his eyes are square.
He just knows he can see further in the darkness.
I know. Wait, what's so different about my eyes? I know I can see clearer in the darkness.
They look weird. I mean, relatively speaking, to the way they were.
Slightly more demonic.
Well,
Of course, your fiery eyes look different from, before you were reincarnated. Whatever.
right. So now I'm fiery, azure, weird eyes, and a backward hand. I'm gonna have to recreate my simulacra. Damn it!
A good way to tell them apart.
Mach 3.
You're not very good at making them anyway. They're very easy to tell apart.
I know.
Mistress pointing out to Sunny, there's something wrong with Thogrim's hand. Can you heal it? his paw is injured.
On the upside, I can shake hands with two people at the same time without offending anyone.
Talk has concluded that your non-symmetrical form is most unnatural, and it has been noted.
Yes, Doc. I'm aware of this.
Talks a Modron, isn't he? Oh, let's send you to the Modron. Let's, Marty, I want to have an adventure on the Modron plane to just smash everything. Just break it all.
It's just like there's like something on the floor. He's just tilted sideways.
Just run around and take all the paintings and tilt them a little bit.
Watch everyone lose their shit. Oh, what the fuck? Blasphemy!
Why do you have a syringe?
Oh, it's not. It's a pen.
Oh, okay. It looked like a syringe.
Oh, it is. It's a syringe pen.
Okay.
My kids play with it. It's their healing syringe.
I see.
The pen from the dollar store. All right. So, do we like to recreate this experiment? do we have enough information? Like, do we know what we need to do? Do we know that we need to like uncover how like epic rituals work for like the experiment level? Because this was like an experiment for something bigger. So if we want to recreate this localized stabilization and purification thingy.
Yeah, you might be able to study it. You probably want to map out the sigils. It would be like an archaeology project, a downtime thing.
A downtime thing, cool.
Yeah.
The one thing we do before we leave is I would like to check for detect law, detect chaos on the rune. Detect good, detect evil. But detect law, chaos is the ones primarily.
Hey, Shawnee, can you check that on me as well? He's you casting it. It's like you should point at the screen and make sure. Tell me what you find.
Sure.
You're doing good and evil, or just law and chaos?
We'll start with law and chaos, then we'll do good and evil.
All right. You are getting a significant ping from law.
This is order stomping out chaos. This is what the protections are. Just stomping on chaos. Stop being chaotic, you bastards.
And the aligned magic item or caster level causes Sunny to be stunned for a moment.
For detect chaos was stunning?
No, the detect law.
Law. Ooh. It is very lawful. Oh my. Perhaps we shouldn't probe too much here, Thorgrim. It might be dangerous.
Really?
Like Sunny dropped his stick and rubbed his eyes and stumbled backwards. The magics here are quite potent. Picking up his staff.
Why I oughta.
We'll do a detect chaos. Now that I've got now that I casted a detect chaos, I can use a
detect chaos. You don't get any ping from.
All right, now does Thogrim radiate chaos that he might not have radiated before?
Thogrim now with stage 1 corruption. Is giving off a moderate chaotic aura.
Thogrim was neutral before? He was
Thogrim is
neutral good, and then he was neutral.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've been trying to push to neutral good slowly.
Sonny's gonna like Amadeus for the sake of science.
Up at the top at the corruption level 1, you want to put down that you give off moderate chaotic aura.
We're gonna ask Amadeus's permission, sort of, to read his chaos levels.
Whatever.
That's the spirit.
He looks like unsure.
Okay. Okay.
Like embarrassed? No, ashamed?
I don't believe he radiates chaos at all.
Amadeus does not.
See? No chaos. None at all. See? Whatever twisted you is either something you can overcome through discipline, as Amadeus has, or it is a sort of a lingering curse sort of thing. It'd be interesting to find out which. We cerulean symbols from an epic ritual to protect a region from planar destabilization.
You should try to find a way to switch back before it's too late, says Amadeus. For me, it's too late.
It's never too late. Magic is very powerful.
Amadeus, you were changed by a wizard in a tower. I was changed by the thing in the darkness. I
Yeah, I
don't know
was
how to
changed by
fix this.
things in darkness as well. Remember my little swim?
Right, yes.
The wizards did a half job, or a hack job, or something.
But you're better now.
I guess so.
He still seems unsure, and shamed, and maybe a little depressed.
Your story has given you abilities and potency that no one else that we've ever seen has. And if you ever need a fresh start, the Druid of Volcanica is a thing I can do.
Nah, if I die, I'm gonna stay dead.
Wait, what?
You've more than earned a warrior's rest. But again, if you know, in the back of his mind, if you ever want to like seriously depower your character, we can reincarnate you as something else.
Performs a blood theft first.
Oh, the only way to kill him appropriately. I mean,
The thing is, there was so much mythic lost, all the XP to get to second rank.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
No, honestly, like Sonny believes magic is just, like pretty much everything can be solved by magic. It's one of his core ethos.
Yep.
And he like if Amadeus is like, my becursed body, rid me of it. It's like, yeah, we'll fucking kill you and bring you back as something else, like just a random thing.
I'd like to get my hand back the way it was, but
we could try wishing it back. I mean, it's a much more minor issue than like they've. Sonny's like, look. A much more thorough number was done to Amadeus in terms of the corruption.
I understand.
Yours is a mere glancing blow. Again, Amadeus, if the mad dragon is correct, your mind will be able to withstand that which would make mortal men's minds break.
And
You could do reconnaissance for those with mortal minds to help us fight the incoming chaos that besieges us. Again, assuming that the bad dragon is correct. I mean, at a minimum, something broke the dragon's mind.
Just so you know, I am never going back there. Ever.
I should probably. Sonny is having this like ridiculous like realization of like, we should probably cure the mad dragon of his madness. Just this like this her kind of this like moment of like, it's something we could do for a while now.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Amadeus, would you help us on this? Because he is the one who says there's a.
Yeah, if we need to do that on the way back, we can. I don't like how the dragon wants me to do stuff, though.
Well, part of it is because he is mad. It's difficult to trust someone who is mad. We cure him of his madness. We might be able to better elucidate why he wants you to do these things, aside from the incoming doom, etc., weapon of something.
Can you do that on your own? You need me?
I just generally feel safer when you're around.
I got stuff to do.
Oh, what are your plans?
Yeah, it's not your business.
Oh, fair enough.
Give him his privacy, Sonny. Stop poking around.
Mark has plans for Amadeus during downtime. Apparently, they consist of weeks of face punch training.
It's just going to be a cat of nine tails going, "You've been a bad boy."
Yeah, something like that. That's why.
It's just one of those, like, it just occurred to me that we should probably just go drop a heal spell on that dragon when he's asleep somewhere. Okay. All right. We will need to discover the power of this ritual. Thank you, Shogo. You have ever valuable guidance. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you? It's kind of difficult with the.
He laughs at that.
Eat the right mushrooms and you won't need to worry.
Ah, yes. All right. I'm 3, by the way. Maybe 4.
He thinks about it. He probably is translating that to 300 or 400, not realizing you mean 3 or 4 years.
That's fine. All right. We should join back with the others, I think. And
Yeah, okay.
Thogrim, would you like to play a game of cards?
Oh, let me show my hand.
Sunny is going to basically, his version of like healing for this is like, let's make you do a whole bunch of things to get you to practice using it.
Yep.
So that you just know how.
Thorgrim's, while you guys have been talking, he had his rifle out and been practicing like loading, unloading with cocking it on, like just playing around with it. Like, nope, he's dropping bullets left, right, and center.
Slam your thumb in the action repeatedly.
Shut.
It's just, so you put your arms out, right? Now imagine your thumb on one hand is facing down. Do you know how many times you jammed that thumb?
No, correct me if I'm wrong. It's just the hand, like the thumb is facing. It's 2 right hands, right?
I'm viewing it as like this. So thumb down, thumb up.
Marty, I envision it as this, like this hand is just like it's 2 right hands.
Yeah, it's backwards.
Yeah, so it's 2 right hands. Hence, I can shake hands with 2 people.
You put your hand down on the ground and it curled up the wrong way and everything flipped.
Okay, so you do have 2 right hands. Okay,
Yep.
yeah. So it was, your gloves might be a little uncomfy until we twist around a little bit.
Effectively, they're magic gloves. They reform to.
They reform to the size exactly. It just works. All right.
You get back. Shakura's just waiting. So tomorrow we're going to go up into the mountains.
Yes. How many giants are amongst your peoples?
You've seen the village. There are other small camps in the valley.
All right. Sorry, I might have seemed forward. I was contemplating maybe we should have a feast upon the saving of the Dane once we return.
Once we return.
Sunny, speaking of, Sunny is like, oh, he's going to tootle off to the horrible kitchen to go pick up some bits of the big hill giant.
Yeah, you do see that there are some, the brutes apparently are being forced to clean up.
There we go.
Because they've been acting like assholes, apparently, so you can see them all grumbling as they're cleaning everything up.
So he's just going to walk. Oh, he's going to go.
You get some cross looks at the brutes that are still, a lot of them are injured. You're pretty sure that's the only way they were convinced to clean up after the guests. You catch them actually standing around a little bit, leaning on brooms and shovels.
If you do a good job, I'll heal you before I go.
Oh, thank you.
Sunny of Volcanica.
Enough cards. Sunny Volcanica.
One of them looked like he wanted to biff you over the top of the head. The other one's like, no, he's a healer.
He's useful.
Amadeus will do terrible things to you if you punch me.
Right. Oh, no.
Okay, so he
Chakura
wants to
new friends. Oh, yeah.
he's going to grab some samples.
Samples of the hill giant?
The hill giant primarily.
Give me a survival check, I guess.
All right. Okay. $18. Ugh.
Okay.
Ugh. Might be more, might be something else.
All right, you find 5 hairs that are probably from the hill giant.
Okay. All right. Should I
The rest is just a rotten mess that has already been mopped a little bit.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell what is swill, what is rotten food, and what is actually part of him.
Am I putting 5 hairs with an asterisk, or am I putting 5 hairs?
No, 5 hairs is fine.
Okay, perfect.
If you wanted to get more, then there might be asterisks.
No, 5 is fine.
Okay.
The 5 for like when we really want to find him. And but next time I find him, I can grab some more.
Yeah, you teleport, grab.
Okay. So
20 hairs.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Maybe we should let
General
him do
times.
it. No, he's the healer.
Okay, we're gonna make our way back.
Yep.
We're gonna go into this dude's like little chamber that we're given to us, and we'll grab some bits of the frost giant.
Okay, give me a survival check. He
Okay,
had
so
white hair. It's probably pretty easy to find.
29.
He also left a bunch of his belongings behind. So,
Yeah, we have his pillow.
yeah, you find 9 samples, and it looked like he had just like clipped his nails recently.
Oh,
We'll say 7 of those are nail clippings, and 2 are fine white hairs that you find in the bedding.
it looks like he's getting ingrown toenails. You should be careful about that. This one's curling up.
Mister is chirping in agreement.
Okay. One last thing before bed. We're not using one of the samples. We're just going to attempt to scry upon the hill giant to see how he's doing on his journey.
Okay. He left like a day ago, right?
Yep.
In the background, you can just see the mountain we're in.
What's the DC of the save?
It would be 27.
All right, Sub Chief No Grata has a will save of 11. You got a 27.
Okay. I'm just checking to see. So I don't want to use a sample. I have met the subject, so firsthand. And I don't have a likeness. Did he leave any clothes behind? He didn't get dressed.
He didn't get dressed, so you could go and
We'll use the bit of garment.
okay. So you got add 4 to
31.
31. Okay, so you see him. He's looking up at a mountain, just shivering. He looks miserable. He's trumping around. He's scratching his head. He looks like he's in the foothills of some mountain. You're pretty sure he may have walked down out of the valley, and then is like skirting some mountain range.
It'd be funny if the dragon.
This is at night, so you're not too sure exactly which direction he's going, but he looks really confused.
Okay. That's all right. We'll just keep tabs on him, just in general.
Okay. He leans against a tree for a moment, then looks around at a noise, and then starts wandering through. His foot gets stuck in like a boggy part of the ground. Oh, he gets mad.
Yes. That's all right. Don't worry, Negrata. We will speak again someday.
He's like making this whimpering, whining sound, like.
Maybe you'll learn manners. You'll learn manners eventually.
Gotta get home.
That would be hilarious if he was originally teleported here and he doesn't actually know where he's going. Just lost for 16 days.
He's wandering around at night.
Yeah. Well, yep. He's hardy. He'll be fine.
He comes back fit.
Okay. Shakura.
Yes?
Whose animal companion is the Diabol?
The pig, she says.
Yes.
And we turned her into a chicken.
Oh. Fair enough. No wonder they got along.
I don't know how strong a bond it is. But she likes pigs.
That's all right.
They don't grow big enough to ride. At least, not unless you feed them, right? I could ride a boar, I guess, if I raised one properly, she's thinking. Her prestige class allows her to turn her animal companions into one size bigger at her level.
We can also use magic to make you smaller.
She gives you a look like that's the stupidest thing ever. Like, no, don't do that. How will I command a battlefield? How will me and my mount trample on horses?
Oh, what if the battlefield is really small?
I don't like that kind of magic. Bigger is better.
You should see Brenos' magic. He can get very big.
Who's Brenos?
A very angry dwarf who worships many gods. It has something against pants for some reason.
She scratches her face at worshipping many gods.
A pantheon priest of 2 pantheons.
So he's erratic.
It's one way for a dwarf, yes.
So what brought all of you to Overlook? Why do you serve their lords? I don't serve those lords.
Slake over there, I believe, is actually one of the children of one of their lords.
Yes, you do, says Amadeus. It's like, you're wearing one of their symbols. Oh, if they want to make me a law guy way out here, that's fine. He's from Delv. Yeah, so? Oh.
He's the Anvilbrow, I believe, like ruler of Delv, something like this.
We heard something happened to your clan. Dwarf infighting? Yeah, well.
Sonny's just going to get a little bit closer just in case. This is one of those conversations that can be touchy, so he's going to be able to...
Yeah, well.
Nobody was going to hit the old man.
Brickhammers tried to kill us, and we killed all them. Any Brickhammers left, I'll kill them.
Sonny was about to correct him, but then Sonny decided to shut up and be like, oh, yeah, got them all, it's fine. There's some infighting at the mines, actually. What do those mines mean to the giants?
The doors kept us going to the valley where the Medusas live. Unless you can fly over there, which we can do. We know of the way of the Wind Riders. She holds up her small statue of the rock that she has.
Yes.
And many of us can scale a mountain.
Do you... There was originally an issue where the dwarves were coming to negotiate trade routes, sort of thing. and the dwarves ended up mostly not alive anymore.
Well, you heard Otanu. Otanu said that they also tried to convert the thing.
This is true. Somewhat successfully, although somewhat blasphemy-like. It didn't go well.
Wasn't here for that, she says. I didn't get to talk to the dwarf lady very much. She was a captive. She shrugs like...
She seemed rather nice.
It wasn't my order to capture them. I wasn't around when they died.
Oh, no. So if you're wondering why we are here, the druids of the Druid Council of Volcanica asked for help in solving the distress upon the rocks. The mountains were being disagreeable. We found part of the reason for the disagreement. There was a horrible, aberrant horror within it.
Sonny, I was there.
Yes. Oh,
It's unfortunate he loses his mind every once in a while. Old age and everything.
yeah, you should see when he talks to things that aren't there. There's no fucking fairies.
At the mention of the fairies, Mistress checking to see if they're back.
Dugan might be somewhere. You never know. So, Shakura, will you be coming with us to help defeat the dragon and open up the pass?
The dragons have killed my kin.
Yes.
You'll have to trample me to keep me from going.
Sonny turns into a giant fuck off.
Settled then. Settled. We're all gonna head there and
giant
start
what?
checking them out.
Here, give me a second. It's beast shape. I think Sonny can actually get into a big enough animal. Beast shape. For beast shape 3 is a huge animal. So a huge elephant. Aha!
Do we have a token for old elephant?
Sunny elephant? No, we don't.
All right.
Let's keep.
Oh, this one looks old. A sunnyfant.
The sunnyfant.
Sunnyfant. It's nice.
Was it the really wrinkly one?
Yeah, it's the really wrinkly one.
Yeah.
Let's turn that into a token.
There's a small chance Sonny gets punched.
Oh no, they won't let me download it. There we go. There's a JPEG version.
Sleeping tool.
Oh no, it's so old. It's like a 20 strength elephant or something, right?
Yeah, it's 20? 20 strength. What are you, nuts? It's going to be a 16 strength elephant? 12 strength elephant? 15 strength elephant. It's 15. I've got a belt on.
No.
Strength 15.
Barely move your ass. If you can even do that.
The DC
He turns and falls over.
I made a mistake.
Boo boo.
Sonny trampling a large giant is effectively a massage. Like that's what it would be.
Oh shit.
Oh, she says, "What's wrong?" She springs for me. What's wrong with you? She pets you on the head. That is the oldest elephant I've ever seen. Oh, she calls you a mastodon. She says, your fur is all gone.
Your fur's all gone. Your tusks fell off or something. We'll cast a quick beast speak.
Slake comes over. Does that mean we can punch you now?
No. If you
No.
if you thought that, if you didn't want to come, we could trample you. Because I am the druid of Volcanica.
Pushes on your back, like would I even be able to, to mount on
Rib
top
gives.
Let's just, here. Carrying capacity.
It's not a good look for you, Sonny. Seriously, change back. Feel
Her
sorry
is
for you.
12'2", 1,400 pounds, and about 100 pounds of gear.
200 for 200 pound plus 200 times 6, 1,200 pounds. He could stand with you on her and move at 5 feet per round. It would be like
Ant Hall would help you.
with an ant haul he could carry.
Alright, so Kakura's like, I don't know if his back would break if I tried to mount it.
Oh yeah, look at that shit. It'll break.
With magic, anything is possible, my dear. And he's gonna like poke, like use the trunk and sort of poke around. It's like
she taps the side of you. She knows how to handle pachyderms of that size.
Oh, that feels not bad. Sunny will turn back into Sunny. Just letting you know that you could be trampled.
I'm frightened.
It was quite a scary sight.
When I tried to find Tusknot, I did have to stare down a herd that was trampling in my direction.
And how did you just stand there, or did you leap out of the way, or?
Had I stood there, I might have died. I walked upon the air away.
Excellent.
Yeah, smart.
Magic solves many problems.
You should have just stood there and took it.
We're not all Slake. Can't take it.
I don't have metal plates like the turtle warrior that you are.
Turtle war.
Turtles are very powerful.
Thorgrim just moves out of the way. It's a direct line.
They've got a powerful thick shell and snapping jaws. Unless they're one of the turtles like a tortoise, where it really is defenseless.
Yeah, I'll remember that.
So in the morning we make our way down the pass.
Schnods?
We'll
We're walking, right?
Yes.
I mean, I might ride.
That's fine. They like to use magic to fart on the wind and tell a jank to places and beg for spells because their feet hurt.
My feet actually do kind of sore.
Well, don't turn into old-ass elephants then.
So he's like gingerly with one of his ankles. Ooh.
Mr. goes over and has a look concerned.
Thank you, mister. Always there for me to lean on.
All right.
Amadeus, you should probably wear this on the morrow.
What?
It's a belt. Dive underground and grab something horrible by the face.
I like my belt. Makes me stronger.
That's true.
How
This
much
one
stronger?
will make you. This will not make you stronger, but we can cast a spell for for when the dragon is there.
How much stronger does this belt of yours make you?
His belt, I glanced earlier when we were looking at the magic items. His
+4.
belt's a +4 strength, +4 con.
Yeah, two
Cast them both
spells. Two spells, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, but I don't cast spells. Not really.
Yeah, we'll cast it on you then, Sonny. You've got him covered, yes?
Of course. And then, do we have a bull strength? Because we can handle bull strength. Does he have a bull strength? Have we removed bull strengths from our character sheets? Are we at the level where we just don't even carry them anymore?
I know I've stopped carrying them on like the southern group.
Cat's
Slake
Grace.
never carried them. I'm looking at Amadeus' character sheet. He's got 0 potions of bull strength, so he's stopped replenishing the potions.
I think if you guys teleport back to, like Thogrim just teleports back, he can grab a couple of potions from Cog.
It's fine. We can just cast it on him.
You need to be strong. We'll just use my the Thane's rod for now.
There we go. Oh, wait. It looks like Shakura's rod to me.
Yeah, spread out
Not-
some of these items.
It can get all of us. 11 people, I think.
Yep. And your companions.
All right, Shakura knew what the rod did, and she has use for it, so I'm just going to move that item onto her sheet.
I mean, we're going to have a serious conversation with the Thane about wearing the corpse of a gold dragon.
Aren't they supposed to be good? She
Yes,
says.
yes, they are. So he's treating with the evil dragon that's killing the giants and wearing the corpse.
No. The gold dragon parts were gifts from the hill giants.
Well, then we're going to have a conversation with the hill giants.
Well, from the rune giant. There was gift giving when.
It will be hard to talk to the rune giant. The rune giant is quite dead.
She looks like she doesn't want to encounter the rune giant like that. That out of everything you've talked about.
That was the most scary thing.
That was the most scary thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us pray that their family members don't come here and try to blame us for his death.
One amongst you must be a priest, right? Cleric.
Ulanu has some priestly powers. Shogo is a healer of sorts, is what she says.
If any of the giant clans, and he's like telling this to Shakura, are coming here with ill intent and would suggest not keeping up your agreements and other sort of things, calling me, I will come and help mediate the situation.
She nods.
And that goes for... Although if it is the rune giants, please let me know in the message. I'll bring help.
I don't think I know that spell, although I can send small birds to specific places. Animal messenger, I think, is a...
It's like mile per caster level, I think.
Sending. Maybe I can craft something. Let's send once a
If
day.
you're the cleric. A cleric with 4 circle spells.
Animal messenger, the duration is 1 day per level.
So 40 miles a day for a bird.
Here,
Caster level
stop.
10 is...
Sis, quiet. He pulls out a rod, gives it to her. You can use it to do sending once a day.
Thank you, she says.
No problem.
You don't need it?
I can cast sending myself. This was before I could cast sending.
Somewhere
shaking its head.
there's a Barnabas is like he's having a late night drinky poo and he spills on himself and he's like, ah, God.
Okay, I'm gonna cut it from here. Yeah, exactly. She nods and thank you.
If you need it, just make sure you tell us where you are, the situation. Just talk to Sonny. Well, me. Sonny might miss a few things.
All right, I'll put it on her character sheet. Gift from Thogrim, Rod of Sending, once per day. You teach her the command word and teach her how to do a sending spell. And
she's like, I'll send you a bird. And I was like, fuck, you'd be dead. Dead.
Help! They're coming to
it'll
kill us.
get there in 5 days. And,
They're killing us.
I thought I said my magic solves everything. Here you go.
Yeah.
Right. I think we sleep. Prepare spells for the next day. We're able to get Amadeus to wear the other belt because he can turn it into an earth elemental.
Yeah, okay. Fine.
We'll put your other belt on.
Yeah, just make me strong. That's the first thing you do.
Sonny is going to prepare a quickened bull strength just for this, just because not putting up with this shit. The Grumpadeus shit is not.
Yeah, Amadeus is going through sort of a low energy phase.
Yeah, it's just you just pooping on all the parties. Just the party pooper you.
Slake and Amadeus will rub each other the wrong way.
All right, so we're going to.
It's all Sonny's doing too.
He doesn't need to know that.
I know. You remember where the atonement came from?
They don't need to know that. Who are you telling?
The sneaky mythic atonement, I think, came from Sonny.
It certainly did.
Yep.
You're stacking two different powers on top of each other to make it happen. When he was
I'm looking at Amadeus's lawful good alignment. He might be.
He just needs to balance that shit out. Get a nice, good, lawful neutral or true neutral going. Come to terms with it.
He's a monk. He's probably not going to go true neutral.
Well, then lawful neutral. Just come to terms with yourself. Yeah. Sometimes you need to do bad things.
Mark decides his character's alignment to a degree.
Yep.
So
for sure.
Yeah.
That's fine. All right. We rest. I've replaced my Find the Path spell with a quickened bull strength, and we're ready for the.
Yeah, no one bothers your little group. Breakfast is put out. It's a porridge with some bear jerky.
I thought it was like, Amadeus, I can just create a magic, magnificent mansion. Just sneak in, have a fantastic meal, and come back. Just saying.
So Sonny is. Give me a second. Sonny is going to spend 1 mythic point that morning. To basically do I cast a bunch of spells and then re-prepare my spells.
Yep.
He's going to heal up the brutes, assuming they cleaned the place.
Yep.
And will cast 2 heroes' feasts. To sort of let me see. I think it would be limited to 2 heroes' feasts. 2 heroes' feasts. For the party plus the that would be however the giants decide their guests of honor. So it's 32 people, 24 people worth of a hero's feast.
Yeah, the giants were kind of instructed to leave you alone. You aren't being treated almost like guests of honor. You're allowed to stay in the place where you got rid of the previous.
We're being told to get the fuck out. Okay, that's fine.
When you create the hero's feast, it's ended up the children ended up kind of noticing that you guys were eating this fabulous table of food.
Perfect.
And then eventually you have some of the more curious or friendly giants come over and partake. Utanu does see you guys doing this. He doesn't come over to partake, but he's just watching.
Okay.
Hero's Feast gives you a number of bonuses, I guess, for the day.
So everybody gets to neutralize poison and remove disease.
Okay.
If they're sick or nauseous, it goes away.
One thing I wanted to do before, keep going, but there's one thing we need to do before, and I'll tell you exactly what it is.
And then temporary hit points for the party.
Okay.
Additionally, a +1 morale bonus on attack rolls, and a +4 morale bonus attack rolls, will saves, and saving throws against poison and fear effects.
All right, I'm gonna push pause. Ahmed, what you were gonna do? One thing.
I'm trying to find it, and okay, it's the spell called Delayed Consumption.
Yep.
Delayed Consumption. It's cast on personal. So, can I cast Delayed Consumption myself and have Sunny cast Freedom of Movement on me?
No.
It has to be my own spell.
Yep. And if you want to put Delayed Consumption on other people, that you need the infusion.
Right. Cog can do that.
Recovery. Yeah.
But if you want Freedom of Movement as an eternal spell, like a day, all-day blessing, so he can cast it for you.
You must consume the second companion extract in the round, so it also has to be your extracts that go into the Delayed Consumption. It can't be your wizard spells.
Okay, you want to pause the recording?
Yeah, I'm going to take a quick bio break as you guys
Cool.
are casting a few daily buffs.
Mhm.
One of the things that does happen is you're given one more dragon fruit. I don't know if you're eating it before you leave or a dragon
They're
pod.
24. I think we're just eating them 10 temporary. We think we get to the gate today, like, or is it?
Yeah, well, let's answer that when you get back because I really need to.
You really need to.